Hey all, Bree from the No Guilt Mom podcast, and I have got a gift for you this holiday season. If you love the No Guilt Mom podcast, and I mean love the No Guilt Mom podcast, then tell us about it. Leave us a review, and you can be entered to win a No Guilt Mom gift card. All you have to do is leave a review, take a screenshot, and then simply go to noguiltmom.com/review to enter our giveaway for a free No Guilt Mom gift card, simply for telling us what you think about the podcast. It is amazing. But don't delay. Get right on this, as we're going to be giving away that No Guilt Mom gift card on December 21st. So get right on over and visit noguiltmom.com/review.
Welcome to the No Guilt Mom podcast. I am your host, Joanne Crone, and today we are talking with one of our Balance VIP members, Alyssa, who has gone through the biggest change. I've seen just so much more confidence coming from her, so much more control of her home environment in terms of her and her teenage son, but I don't want to give too much away. So welcome, Alyssa, to the podcast. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you, Joanne. I'm happy to be here.
So, Alyssa, can you give us the rundown of what life was like in your house in terms of you and your teenage son before you joined us in Balance?
Pure chaos. Out of control. My son wouldn't listen to me. He's been diagnosed with autism and ADHD, sensory ODD since he's been 3 years old. And it's these teenage years that have been just killing me with his defiance and not wanting to do this and that and go to school. And I mean, he used to be a 4.0 child. And for some reason, high school, he did this whole 360. And I've had to deal with a lot with him on my own because his father's not in the picture and I don't have a lot of family support. It's been rough. It was definitely getting to the point where I was actually thinking about putting him into either boot camp or a boys' home because he just was not listening, period.
What sort of things didn't he listen about?
Cleaning his room, picking up after himself, getting online to see if he needed to make up any work because he decides when he wants to go to school half the time and not doing any. I mean, he wouldn't even listen to me. You need to take a shower. You need to clean up your room. He would come in my room and steal things. And then I'd ask him and I didn't touch it. I don't know where it went. And then I find it.
It's so frustrating.
Yes. And so I've had to lock my doors and I have to hide things.
It's so much. And I first met you in the Happy Mom Summit. Every time I think of meeting you at the Happy Mom Summit, one phrase comes to mind, which we always talk about, is crusty
butt.
Which refers to baby chicks, this condition that baby chicks get. And it's a real thing. It's very dangerous for them. And you can't help but laugh, even though it's life-threatening to these baby chicks. We also tend to go a little squirrely in discussions, which is great too. It's great fun. With your son, so when I met you, you had all of these things and you came to our coaching calls. What changed in your mind, or what changed in how you started approaching your son based on what we talked about?
Well, I wouldn't approach him right when he got home from school or walked through the door. I had to take away things and stick to my word because I always felt bad afterwards. And then it wouldn't go anywhere. And calming myself down because I would get so fired up. I mean, hot.
It happens to a lot of parents.
I mean, when you have a child that looks you straight in the face and says, no, I'm not going to do it. Man, I wanted to fall off the wall.
It's hard to keep your calm then.
And I've noticed that I'm not as anxious. I actually, now that when he does something, I appreciate him. But then there's times where he'll go, no, you don't. You don't feel that way. I'm just like, oh, whatever, and I walk away.
And you don't get fired up.
No, I don't. I just go straight to my room and do what I have to do. He won't get things that he wants until he does what I've asked him to do, which mainly is cleaning his room. This past month or so, he started acting up again, and he was fubbing me all the time.
Fubbing is the term phone snubbing, for those of you who haven't heard this term before.
Exactly. I finally said enough. So he was sleeping. His phone was right there, and I took it.
And you took it calmly, without any sort of drama, and
I just grabbed it and put it away. Of course, there was an argument. It's my phone. And I said, no, it's my phone. I bought it because apparently you're too involved with it and you don't want to do anything because it's taken up all of your attention.
And in terms of you taking away stuff, normally on the podcast, we tell parents, like, you shouldn't take away screen time for another behavior because it's not connected. But in this case, it was very connected to the behaviors you were seeing. He was fubbing, and you saw the problem being the phone, and you took away the phone calmly, without drama, with total respect to him. Okay, this is my phone. It's a privilege that you
Absolutely.
get to use this phone, and you're not using it as it should.
Yeah. And it was interfering with his school.
Yeah. Well, in terms of the changes that I have seen you make, you're approaching this behavior with such calmness, and you're able to logically go through the steps that you need your son to take. Whereas before, what you said, it was a little fiery.
Yes.
A lot of yelling, which happens when kids confront you like that and you don't know any other way to react.
It's the only way that I felt at that time I could get through to him, is raising my voice and actually having to use the F-bomb, which I hate doing. But that's when he knew, oh, Mama's serious.
And now you've been able to get through to him without yelling or using the F-bomb.
It may sometimes go out one ear and out the other, but it's getting better, I should say. It is.
And what do you think has helped you stay calm in those moments?
Balance VIP and the Mighty Network, and Joanne Crone and Bree Tucker, and being able to talk to my bad sisters. And I didn't know if I could say it. Having people there for me, walking away and taking a moment, internally think about things. And I was able to open up about that at the retreat. And it made me feel good that I had people right there who understood. And then seeing what everybody thought about me on the whiteboard.
Oh, yeah. We wrote all the positive traits that you have on that whiteboard.
And that made me feel so good because I can never think of anything positive about myself besides I'm sarcastic and, from what people say, I'm funny, or got a good personality, things like that.
And there's so many positive things about you. Well, Alyssa, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. And if you're in a situation like Alyssa described that she was in before, support matters a lot, and being able to calm your emotions and learning ways to get through to kids without having to resort to yelling, because it raises our blood pressure as parents and definitely doesn't increase the connection that we feel with our kids. So thank you, Alyssa, again, and talk to you real soon.
Are you looking for something to listen to with your whole family? Then check out 6 Minutes, produced and created by Gen Z Media. With over 200 twisty, cliffhanger-filled episodes, 6 Minutes tells the story of 11-year-old Holiday, who was pulled from the icy waters with no memory of who she is or where she came from.
3 years ago, Brinley Pasternak helped the Anders family uncover the truth about Holiday's past. Now she'll need them to help her find the truth about hers. In 6 Minutes Out of Time, the long-awaited sequel, Cyrus Anders is found unconscious near the mysterious Elixir Academy in Florida, and Brinley learns the school may have a shocking connection to her missing mother.
Dive in now and get the most downloaded family audio adventure in history. Follow 6 Minutes wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen early and ad-free with the GZM family subscription.